What about now? Yes, finally. Sorry about that, kids. Hello. And welcome, 3 minutes into the podcast. Good God, that was horrible. I'm sorry, guys. Let me know if it comes back up, if there's sound at all. It may take a second, because I know we're a couple seconds behind, so I'm going to wait to see if Curtis realizes it.
We're good.
Finally. All right, cool. We do have sound. Welcome, kids. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said before, which you guys didn't hear, I'm Jeremy. Everyone remembers me. Guy you love to hate, talks too much, screams, yells, and wears leggings. And
shows up late all the time.
With this season, like I said before, Jamie and Josh, being in school, we've decided to add another person. That person would be your commissioner, Curtis Blau, or as everyone knows on Facebook, Curtis Michael. Today we're going to talk about kickball. I don't know if you guys realize that. That's what this podcast does. Sometimes we're not the greatest at it, but hey, do what we can with what we got. Starting off the jump, make sure you check out the Twitter page for the 3UP3DOWN podcast. It is at 3UP3DOWN. I've posted these spreads for the games coming up this week, and the polls will close within the next 10-15 minutes. Make sure you get those votes in. If we have no votes, we'll just say the group and the whole league voted A, B, and C. Screw it. So I know this is something we're still kind of getting used to. I don't want to, be upset and get sad about it, but it's something we gotta learn to adjust to. Games from last week.
I'll start us off here.
Yeah.
Okay. First game, we're going to just talk about a little bit about each of these games. Please respond to the shout out thread, and if you want to have a little write up, if anybody on your team is really good at writing or want to talk a little bit about it or want to be on Sports Center and just don't want to do all that extra effort, and just want to talk about kickball, send us something, please, because I'd love to have it added on in here. Maybe even throw it into a little blog or something about y'all real quick and just kind of add on to that whole, what happened each game. I'm going to try to walk around as much as I can. As y'all saw me, I was the guy in the pizza hat. If you never saw me without a pizza hat on, this is what I look like. But, I can't see everything at all times. So please try and get us a little information, too, about your games. It helps us out a lot. But first game was at 6:30, and it was Cardiac versus Hot Dogs and Tacos, and Cardiac won 5-3. So there you go. That was our game.
That was our game. Game started off well. Cardiac is an A squad, obviously. They've got Shaw. They've got. Why am I shooting blanks now that I'm sitting here talking about the game? They've got Jill, obviously. That's Brent Wentworth. I never say that name correctly. No pressure. Anybody else from that team that jumps out to you that I can remember? I know there's Joyner who's on that teim. So was that's about it. You're killing me, man. I need some help here.
Yeah, you don't have the rest was over with that. Come on. No, they're a very tough team. They have a very strong defense, strong offense. They were always, accumulating some sort of people on bases at every inning. There was no 3 up, 3 down for them all through the whole game. We definitely had our work cut out for us. Definitely one of the reasons, we brought Hot Dogs and Tacos up to those upper teams. We wanted to play those higher teams. And definitely Cardiac definitely showed us where we needed strength on, what we needed to work on a lot. They're a very tough team. A lot of players that know how to play well together and know how to play. During that game, Jillian was actually kicking, I think, 4. And she was doing just fine at 4 kicker. I know she was saying she didn't do so hot that second time up, but I'm still pretty sure she was just fine. Shaw was pitching the whole time. I guess they were saving Brent's arm for a later game, which they didn't have. They forgot. I would have started Brent probably myself, but Shaw's okay. But in all seriousness, they were definitely going to be a good team again. Even without they were missing quite a few players this week, I believe, because Brent was captaining. Phil wasn't there, and they were having a few short members, but they still pulled out that strong offense. We just got lucky a few times. We got on the board. We almost came back there at the end, but then we just fell through with it. So
yeah, what was the score? The final was what?
5-3.
Yeah, 5-3. Yeah, we had the one inning where we came out and put some runs up. I mean, it's just certain parts of the lineup, man. You struggle with as a team. You know, their top 3 or 4 got on every time. I know Ryan definitely got on. I remember that both times he was up the bunt, he got on. I swear, I gotta start writing and taking notes. I'm getting bad at this.
That's what happens when you get old.
It comes with age, guys. Thanks, appreciate it. So you guys got something to look forward to. Anything else from that game? Not really.
Not really. No.
I mean, Shaw pitched it flawless. I mean, that's the easiest way I can put it. I mean, we played well. We're still like you said, we're still a B/A team trying to become an A team that's not screwing around. So getting our lumps, I'm fine with that. That's why we're here. So second game of the evening.
Yeah, the other game of the evening was Garage Party versus Bad News Beers. Beers ended up winning 6-2. So I heard a little bit about this game because we were playing, but what I knew about this game, I know Giorgio was saying he made a few errors for the entire season, enough errors for the entire season in one game. He wants to get his stats up right there, so maybe he's looking for an upswing later on down the season. But I know, I've seen Garage Party play a little bit already, so I know they're a pretty tough team. But I know Beers is a strong team. I mean, they eliminated us last season. They really didn't change too much. I think they picked up a few good additions in the off season. So both those two teams were really good. I think Beers had probably a better game this time around. I think Garage Party could very easily, come back next time around though to win that too. So it'll be interesting to see what happens later on in the season with them.
Yeah, they seem to be another one of those teams last season that it took a while for them to start to catch their momentum, and once they caught it, dude, they were competing with the the A teams when it was A and B league, and then when it got to tournament time, they beat Fireballs, who was the 2 seed. They beat us, who were the 1 seed. I mean, that team. I mean, it's a brand new team. I'll give them that. It took them a while, but I mean, it looks like they're coming out of the gate again, doing the same thing. I didn't see this game. I think we were also playing at 6:30, so I wasn't able for that. Use the shout out thread, kids. Besides that, that's pretty much all I had for that game as well. Where was the next?
Next game was Forcing Third Base versus Corn Dogs and Soft Tacos. The Forcing Third won 7-5. I only watched really the first inning of this game. I did see Corn Dogs, Soft Tacos, a lot of new players on the team. They are starting to get better from what I've seen so far. Very interesting. Forcing Third, definitely an experienced team now. Got Josh Del Carr on the team now too. Picked up a few new people too, I believe, or something like that. Switched up a few people. But such a strong team. Definitely had a few errors at the beginning. I know Lee mentioned in the shout out thread if you guys read it. When I saw that in the first inning, he had a few drop passes. Definitely the ball being wet was something we had to catch up on because even though the fields were nice, thank you War Memorial Stadium for letting us play.
Yes, thank you so much.
But definitely still was a little damp out there, so I know some people were dropping a few passes, things like that. So Corn Dogs got a few runs in there. Definitely fought for the, missing a few players, I believe. So you were there the whole game, so maybe you'll be able to explain this more.
I mean, it was a close-knit game. I mean, like, the wet weather kind of evened it out. Like, for us being so brand new and me still learning positions, and then with them, it being super wet for them as well, it kind of brought them down a little bit. So it kept the game close. I mean, I had Machuca pitching, I had Brad Galt pitching, they had Jeremy, I think, pitching the whole game. Jeremy Chappell was pitching the whole game. It's just there were a couple of plays, like you said, where they were easy can of corn pop-ups that got dropped, or there was a play to a bunt down Charger, and the ball gets dropped at first. I mean, it wasn't like there was a lack of talent. It was wet. It evened the playing field, and the game was back and forth. I think for a moment there it was like 5-5, and then it was they jumped up and made it 7-5, and then from there it was just kind of neck and neck, either 3 up, 3 down, or 4 or 5 up and 3 down. It's a close game. I mean, the Corn Dogs and Soft Tacos are learning. They're getting really good really quick. So I'm hoping this week things will change, but give it some time. Like forcing third. They kept the people that they knew were going to stay and be competitive. And then, they basically told, when I had talked to them prior, they said that they were cutting their lineup. They weren't going to have 22, 23 people. They were like, look, we're going to have 18, maybe 19 if we have to, and then playing with those 19 and just sticking with that. So I think Jeremy and Chris both, are coming into this season of, okay, we're done having fun. Now it's time to start playing and winning some games. So yeah, they came out, they played well, they deserve the win, and, I guess best of luck to them is all I really got. It's a good game. So, yeah.
Next game was Plan B versus Just for Kicks at 7:30 as well. Just for Kicks won 1-0. I definitely watched this game for a while. I got a little mesmerized there from pitching. It was a strong pitching game. The two, we had Haas on JFK, and we have our, I apologize, I always forget the name.
Matt Coop? Or Kyle Tyson?
Yes, that's Kyle. Kyle was pitching. Both of them were pitching for most of the game, I believe, if I remember correctly. And it was a very defensive battle on both ends. JFK got that, one run in, and it just that's what sealed the deal. 1-0 game. You can't, there's not much more you can do about that. There was a few shout outs on it. I'll repeat them real quick. It said Shane Chambers was saying shout out to TJ and Crystal Tanner for making some great plays with JFK. I heard Crystal, was catching a bunch of line drives, things like that. Megan Kramer was also on the other side playing B. Shout out to her. Someone was doing, I guess she was doing some big things there too, some clutch catches out in the outfield. Both teams, they're just strong defensive teams. And it's JFK. At first they weren't sure about getting their team back together, and then Freed, Magic Man, I guess, got all of his players signed up right there at the deadline. Got his whole big, all of his heavy hitters back. Added a few new ones. So, Plan B, JFK, Cardiac, all those teams this year, definitely tough teams. So if you're up against them, be ready to be working, because you're either not going to score a lot, or they're going to, and you don't want to be, messing with their offense either, because they get that chance, they're going to take it. So,
and they're like you said, they're both elite A teams with elite players that ain't scared to put runs up. And like I said, it's the beginning of the season. And I know I say this every single podcast. Teams need to get their chemistry. No, it's second week of the season. Not everybody on the full team is completely ready to roll and on point to do plays like they should. It's going to take a couple weeks. These 1-zip games, that could have been a zip tie. I like I said, like me and you both said, we didn't see it. I was captain in my game, and
I missed the run get scored. I saw most of the game, but there was a lot of just 3UP, 3DOWN, or maybe one or two people get on, but then no one scored. So I didn't get to see much of that. The final 7:30 game was Alcoholics versus Foul Balls, and Foul Balls won 2-1 against Alcoholics. So definitely a close game there. I think it might have been a walk-off run. I can't remember exactly. I was told about it. I've forgotten. I should have wrote it down. It's my bad. It's been a week. It's teaching. Okay, so any teachers out there, I feel you. Okay. But it was a very. It seemed like a really good game. Alcoholics knows what they're doing. Reagan is still trying to get some of his foul balls back, but obviously they got some good chemistry going on there. It might have just been one error, and Foul Balls takes the lead over Alcoholics. And both teams, both strong teams. Foul Balls got a lot of experienced players still too. There are a few new ones, but they got some experience. Alcoholics, they've been playing together now for 2-3 seasons now, so they know what they're doing. I know they added a few new players still too, so that both those teams had some rookies. Mm-hmm. But I can see a lot coming from both those teams. So I'll keep going on watching them a little more too closely.
Yeah, when I'm not captaining or playing, I'm literally going to try as much as I can to walk around, but it's kind of hard when basically 2 time slots are taken over. But Amelia, her feet are done being wet with not foul balls, but alcoholics. Yeah, she's done getting her feet wet. She knows how to captain now. She's came to me a few times with 1 or 2 minuscule questions. It's like she's got it down now. She knows who does what. Cody pitches for them most of the time, and their full squad is even though it's the same squad, they're still a good squad. They're killing it. So don't sleep on him. And I know that Reagan is kind of redoing foul balls because not everybody from foul balls came back. But I mean, he's got some of the core people still there. I know it's definitely him. He's one of the people that are there. I know that. But yeah, I mean, they were both, I want to say, really good teams last season. So I mean, it's going to be the same type of thing. So I mean, winning the game 2-1, that's close. If I was there, would have more to say. Wasn't there?
That's all right. 8:30 games. We had Rumspringer versus PBJT. Rumspringer won 3-1. Rumspringer, strong team, played together forever now.
Like 12 years.
Yeah, something like that probably. I don't think they own anything other than blue.
Yeah.
But PBJT still always a strong team as well. I think Rumspringer probably just got the advantage on that one. I didn't get to see much of this one. I was dealing with some cleanup stuff, so I didn't get to see much with that. But probably a very close game. I didn't see much with the shout-out thread on that one, though, so I can't give us much there. Sorry.
What I did see, I mean, I caught that was the 8:30 game. I didn't have an 8:30 game to ref or play in. I mean, from what I saw, I mean, it was typical Rumspringer. They bunted, went up first, and killed the ball. I mean, Ramey had a couple hits. I know Lopez got on at least twice, and they were both solid bunts. Trying to remember for their girls. I know Noelle had a really good bunt down third, and just on defense, they shut it down. There was a play where Troy literally got spun around, I think one complete 360 circle, and then ended up stuttering, coming back, and then forward again just to make it out. Like, it was crazy. I think PBJT at least had 1 or 2 on with 2 outs. And I mean, he made a play. I even said something to him. I was like, damn, you want to make that any more nervous? You know, that was, it was quite funny. I was amused by it. But, I mean, they stayed the course. You know, Rusty pitched a little bit. I know, I'm trying to think, Jan had a decent shot. It's hard to remember so much, man. There's 2 games and then adrenaline and then trying to catch another game. But I mean, watching Rumspringer, they stayed the course. They didn't try to get cute. Riley pitched and Rusty pitched. That's who it was. It was Riley. He was throwing his ass off too. I mean, they kept him in check. PBJT is getting better this season too. They added a couple people. Give them a couple more games. They're gonna start coming around winning games too. So yeah, definitely a great game. Definitely worth the watch.
And our last game this week is Fireballs versus Baby Got Bunts. Fireballs won 13-1.
Damn, when did you take the gas off, TJ? Damn.
I did watch a little bit of this game. I was sitting over there with everybody because I know quite a few people on both those teams. Still trying to meet some of the new Baby Got Bunt peoples. Baby Got Bunt's got a lot of new players, a lot of new team, brand new team for the most part. Justin Willenwalder brought some new people back, some of his balls and dolls from last season back, but also got a lot of new players. So they're still really learning. But one thing, I mean, Fireballs is legit. They're clutch. They know what they're doing. They got a lot of strong players. They got Peden back pitching and kicking, and the J side is always strong. A lot of good players. You got Devin. Yeah. You got Devin Raines out there too. They all got.
Never heard of her. Who?
Yeah, right. But they got a lot of strong players. I keep going on and on with them. But one thing I want to shout out this game: Baby Got Bunts never lost like a smile on their face. They were still having a ball. You could tell they were still cheering for each other. So like, although they lost 13-1, you know what? They had a blast, which is it's kickball. We're having fun. It's a great thing to see there. So way to go there. By both teams, both like socially and just the actual game wise. But yeah, that was all of our games last week. So nice games, nice games.
I do apologize for not having a spread for last week. I'm the jerk that thought we weren't gonna play, but I wasn't gonna bring it up in the threads. Didn't do a thread for the over unders. I didn't do any of that, and we didn't do a podcast because I really didn't want Curtis to have his first podcast to be a rain out. That's what I get for thinking.
I'll take it.
So from here on out, we're gonna do the lines, we're gonna do the podcast. I don't care if it's raining while we're doing it. It's getting done. So that's on me. I learned from it. In the story. We'll go ahead.
I'd still like to point out that I've had more games in the spring than Brian Neal. So sorry, buddy.
Shots fired. I guess we'll go ahead and jump into this week's games. Wednesday, May 3rd. 6:30, Field 1, a.k.a. left field. Peanut butter jelly time at -2.5 versus foul balls.
Let me ask a question Jamie always asks. Which one does that mean is going to win?
It means PBJT is going to win by at least 2.5 runs.
Just for you, Jamie.
I mean, there's no such thing as a half run, but basically 3 runs. They need this win by 3 to cover the spread.
Mm-hmm.
Foul balls, it's going to take a couple more weeks. PBJT seasoned. Brent knows how to throw the rock. They've got Tanner back. That's about all I got for names, man. I mean, they're seasoned enough. I saw them play. I honestly, I'm going to roll with PBJT on this one. I really think they're going to win this.
With it being 2.5 runs, I could see PB&J doing it, but I'm gonna go with a gamble like I did with my whole March Madness bracket, and I actually did pretty well. So I'm gonna go with foul balls on this one, just because I think they, and maybe they might not win it, but I think they're gonna be within 2 runs because foul balls have been fighting pretty good so far the whole season. At least the 2 games that we've had so far, but they got enough experience there. I think they're actually finding people in the right positions that are working well. So I think, not that I don't think PBJT can win this one, but I don't think it's going to be more than 3 runs. I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm going to go foul balls on this one, personally. So that's me.
I hear you. And just so you guys see, and I'll ignore. Let me switch over to local desktop. Slider. Twitter page and making it happen a little bit. Like I said, just make it a little more fun, a little more, hey, we're interacting. Great, cool, we're part of this. Moving on. Other 6:30 game, center field, Fireballs at -1.5 against Alcoholics. After that, 12-1, 12-2?
13-1?
Yeah, 13-1. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with Fireballs here.
With only giving them a 1.5, I'm gonna have to go Fireballs as well. Although Alcoholics is good, I think Amelia still learned some of her newer players. So I think it's gonna be more towards Fireballs because they are more of a team that's been playing all together. They didn't add as many new players.
Yeah.
So I think they'll still probably pull it out. Not that Alcoholics ain't gonna fight for it, but I think Fireballs can win by at least 2 there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they're also going to blow out Alcoholics, but 1.5 is a little bit,
Yeah, definitely a game to watch there.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch. Being there's what
we won't get to, so we'll be busy.
Everyone else but us can enjoy that game. Just make sure you come watch a Hot Dogs and Tacos game as well.
Not this week.
Yeah. You say that now, but hey, I'm going to walk into this with positive thoughts. Speaking of 6:30, right field, Plan B at 4.5 runs against Hot Dogs and Tacos. Plan B, great team. We just talked about it in the JFK game. They're a good damn team. Hot Dogs and Tacos, we're still somewhat fresh. Yes, we do have seasoned people, but can't have chemistry without playing together, so it's going to take some time. I'm fine with that. We gave Cardiac a little bit of a run last week. Yeah, it wasn't a full team, but still gave him a run. 4.5. I think this will probably be the first time I've ever gone against Hot Dogs and Tacos in this. I think Plan B may put up, I want to say, 5 runs, maybe. I can see the game being like 7-2. I mean, we're not getting shut out. My whole plan for tomorrow is not getting shut out. If we end up coming up with a win, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to run around the field and go nuts about it. But I'm trying to be realistic. That's a lot of runs that I don't think we can be able to hold them just yet. Give it time. I'm actually going to go with plan B here. And I hope I eat my words. I hope I do.
I'm commissioner, so I am not biased like this guy here. So I'm just going to go with plan B because I saw them play last week. And I'm saying that it's going to be a game where if we can get a run or two on them, I'll be impressed. Just because their defense is just strong, and I mean their offense is great too. But I'm just that defense that I saw from them was just incredible. So there's me on that.
But every team is flawed. Somebody has a flaw. There'll be one. We'll find one. Maybe it'll be Kramer. Anyway, 7:30 left field, field 1. Bad News Beers -1.5 against BBJT in their second game of the evening. What say you, Curtis?
I'm going to go with Beers on this one, actually, just because I don't know. I'm feeling Beers this time around. PB&J were a good team. I think they're going to get that win in the first game, but I think Beers is going to hold them off because it's a great team, a great pitching, great defense. They got some good players there, so I'm going to give it to them there. I'm going to give Beers that one.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with Bad News Beers on this one. Jacob Bean's getting better. Ed, Ron, still slinging the rock. That team's always been good. They're not getting worse. BBJT, it's going to take a little bit. I don't see it this week. You're going to win the first game, in my eyes. You're going to win the first game. So take 1 out of 2. 500 for the day. That's a win. I'm going to go with Beers. 7:30, field 2, center field. Foul balls at .5 against corn dogs and soft tacos. I'm not being biased here. We had practice this weekend. I saw a lot of changes I could make to the lineup. These changes that I'm going to make to the lineup are going to change a lot. That and our starting catcher is back. Adam France is back. Happy about that. Plain and simple. Yeah, I think we're going to win it. Or, I'm sorry, they're going to win it since I'm technically not the captain, but I'm the captain. Whatever. I really think they're going to win the game. This will be my upset special of the week. Even though it's .5 runs, I'm going to take that as an upset. No, I said I said we were getting short.
I know one of the foul balls. I live with him. Randy Dong.
Who? Never heard him either.
Yeah. He, I think, is walking into this a little cocky.
Please do.
So, be careful. I'll tell you that right now, foul balls. Be careful, because I have seen corn dogs and soft tacos do some damage. I think that foul ball is going to be coming out after probably a tough game from PBJT. Might be hyped, might be a little depressed, depending on what happens in that game. I'm going to have to go with foul balls in this one, just because it's only a point and a half. Just half a point.
Yeah.
So I think
foul balls.
I'm pretty sure foul balls are going to win the game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. They prove me wrong, but I see foul balls winning this game. So I'm going to have to put that down. But don't get caught. I'll tell you right now, you might not want to get too cocky because they can play. They're still learning, but they can play.
First game of the season, they only beat us by what? They only beat them. I keep saying us. Whatever. It's my team. I don't give a damn. No, I think they only beat us by what was it, 2 runs? Mm. And for a completely brand new team, I could be way off, and I should probably look at the schedule. I should fact check that so I don't put out fake news. I'm a step ahead of you, sir. Unless you have the Wi-Fi here.
I already do.
6-2 was the first game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty close. Whatever. It was a close game in my eyes. We actually had bases loaded with Matt Crawford up, and I think he ended up catching his foot wrong. I'm not trying to make an excuse. I saw the catch his foot wrong, and he popped it up in 2 outs. Oh well. Happens to the best of us. I'll take that. But yeah, I think it's going to be a really close game. I'm with you. It will be close. So I'll roll with that. 7:30, right field, field 3. Cardiac arrest at -2.5 against Rum Springer. Say you, Curtis.
This game is going to be a good one because I'd say HGT and Rumspringa are probably very similar. I don't think we've ever really had much more than ties, maybe a win. I think HGT has a win over them. just in the few seasons we've actually played them.
Mm-hmm.
But they've always been kind of very similar. I know last week we lost them, but only by like 2 runs. So I'm going to give this one to Rumspringer because I don't think Cardiac's going to get over 3 runs on them. So this is going to be my, I guess, upset other than first game. So I'm going to have to go with, this is going to be a Rumspringer is going to maybe at least hold them to 2 runs, if not, maybe pull out a win here because they got some talent there that's still, I know Cardiac's good, but I can see Rumspringer doing some damage here.
I completely forgot about talking about Matt Welbrock not being there last week, and that obviously showing against PBJT. That held him 2 runs pitching. Granted, Riley can sling the rock. I've already said that multiple times. But with Cardiac being Cardiac and what I saw last week out of him, with a depleted lineup, this game will be close, but it won't be less than 2.5. Cardiac will, I don't want to say run away, but they'll take this game with a commanding, I want to say, 3 to 4 run lead. I'll go ahead and take Cardiac on this one. 8:30 games. Only 2 of them this week. Okay.
Yes.
Switching it up.
We got 2 doubleheaders this week, foul balls, and
PBJ.
Our no one's getting the doubleheaders this week, but so we have 1 less 8:30 game.
I got you. We'll see. You normally went from 2 6:30s and then 3 and 3, but you're going 3 and 2.
Yep.
Hey, whatever works, man. 8:30, field 1, left field, Garage Party against Baby Got Bunts. Garage Party is a 3.5 point favorite. Quaz, I want to say, what is it? Foul Balls Part 2, 2.0, foul ball-ish. 3.5 runs on a brand new team. I want to fight this, but I don't think Georgios and DP are going to let this game get close. They'll put runs up, and then they'll get the 3.5. They may win this by just exactly 4. So you're going to take that.
I'm going to go with Garage Party on this one. Not that I don't trust Baby Got Bunts. I know they're going to have a good time again. But after the last week's loss, I know they're probably looking to get a win in there. So I think they're going to be coming out on fire. And I mean, they got some talent on that team. So I'm going to go with Garage Party.
Makes sense to me. Last game of the evening, 8:30, center field. JFK versus forcing third base. JFK is a 3.5 point favorite. JFK is winning by more than 3.5. Just gonna throw that out there. And that's my overview of the game. Yeah, JFK. Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, this one definitely gonna be one of those. As you guys have probably seen in the schedule, I tried to tier the systems a little bit because we didn't get to do the A and the B division. And so a little explanation on that. If you guys didn't get to see that. We just didn't have enough A-League teams to really break it apart to do an A and a B-League. I did still try and tier all the teams based on power rankings and things, talking to captains and other older commissioners, and kind of break it down and get teams that wanted to maybe play A, play with each other more, wanted to play B, play each other more. There are still a few crossover games, as you see. If this was an A and a B division, I'd see this as more of a crossover game. I think Forcing Third's going to get a pretty good game out of this one. But JFK has got some serious talent. JFK is going to take this one. But you never know. I can see Forcing Third maybe doing some damage here, depending on what happens. I see Forcing Third. They're at least going to score.
Yeah.
They're at least score. There's no shutout. And Jeremy Chappell is going to motivate his team every single pitch at one point in time. That's going to be my random Jeremy. Random statistic of the week is over under on how many pep talks that Jeremy Chappell gives to his team during this game. Over under is at least 4. If anybody's ever played with Jeremy Chappell, you know what I'm talking about. So he's going to give at least 4 pep talks during that game. Over under, you guys can go. I'm going to go with over. That's mine right there. So I'm definitely JFK.
Just so I can play along here, I'm gonna go with under. I don't think now because I know Chappell watches the podcast, and I don't think
I'm calling you out, dude.
Let him call you out, sir. Do you and do it how you want to. Don't force yourself to do anything. If you want to give 4 pep talks, feel free. But if you want to do 3, I'd like that. Be nice. and I really don't want to take a shot at some nasty alcohol because, you know, I work at M Price, you know, sells beer. I can get some nasty alcohol.
And I'm gonna make something else up this year. I'm gonna do a game of the week. Like, I'm gonna make sure I get to see this game, or I'm gonna try to make sure I hear about this game as much as possible. I'm thinking the game of the week for me is gonna be Beers versus PBJ. I don't know why, but I'm just feeling that game. Like, I'm feeling that two teams could really come out, and it could go either way depending on who shows up that day. So that's gonna be my game of the week. So if you are there, if you play at 6:30, you're playing at 8:30, maybe come a little early. Check out a little bit of that game, and then tell me a little bit about it as well, because I might not be able to sit the whole time, but I want to check that out, okay? So that's maybe my game of the week.
What I may do is I'll start a Facebook poll for game of the weeks, and I'll have everyone also vote on that. What we'll do is if I happen to have a game, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, I live stream all my games for this league and other leagues. If I'm in the middle of a game, I would love for somebody just to Facebook Live that game. I don't care if you walk around and take video, or hell, you might be able to use my tripod. I mean, I don't care. Just as long as we can work something out. If it's going to be the game of the week, I would love to have everyone see it. I mean, being that we've kind of just, you know, gone away from using the GoPros and, you know, trying to edit video that way because it was tedious, a lot of work. I was spending 4 to 5 hours on a Monday night, Sunday night, trying to get video together, chopping it up, putting in, you know, highlights, et cetera, et cetera. I don't want to put anyone else to task. I think it's a little daunting, just disrespectful. You guys, like, this is a league that we pay for, and we're not getting any, you know, monetary, you know, payback for it. If we can just have one person Facebook Live it, share it if you could, or, I mean, hell, we'll see it if you're Facebook Live it, because everybody in this 9,000 people group will see it, so. But yeah, I mean, I'll work into that. You know, we'll do a game of the week, try to stream it. I don't think you're playing at 7:30 if you want.
So I'll be watching. I'll be watching some other games too going on, but try and see what I can watch out.
And tomorrow night after the games, make sure you post the shout out thread, get everything mentioned of what happened. You know, I'm not amazing at reading the Facebook post. I admit that. I'm working on it.
I love reading them because it's fun for me. It's my joy.
We'll get a little more highlights to everything that's happening. Give me some time. Like I said, I'm working with 2 teams. It's a lot of work. I'll get it down. Besides that, we got a couple of announcements coming up for the next couple weeks. Summer draft.
Yeah. Shameless ploy as commissioner's summer draft. Please sign up. I got 10 captains already set up, ready to go to be announced. It is literally my only joy to announce captains, so please sign up. I still need 4 more guys for my next set of captains. I already got enough girls almost for another set of captains. So guys, you gotta get your stuff together. You know, summer draft, if you never played, is probably one of the most fun leagues out there. You literally get put into a pool of players, and we'll have captains, and we'll draft you onto a team. So you'll play with some of the best players. Some of you will have to get stuck with Gene Eford, unfortunately. Other people actually get to play with, like, you know, people that let
Jeremy
them play.
Edge.
Yeah, that actually let them play, you know, Charger and stuff like that. Or won't, you know, mess up or something like that.
There's a Jeremy Edge plug right there.
Yeah, Jeremy Edge. It was, by the way, it's a great ref. We'll talk about wrestling later.
Yeah.
So definitely sign up for summer draft though. I need more people signing up. Got some really cool things planned for it as well. So we'll get to that later on.
Well, with Draft League, when he says you're drafted, no, there's not people that sit there with paperwork and, you know, just pick your name out of a hat. No, we literally go in. Is Taps our bar this season?
Yes, it's going to be Taps again. Yeah.
People will be in Taps. We will have an MC on the microphone, maybe streaming this depending on if I get to be a captain or not. Bank Grammar. If I'm not captain, I'll have the podcast set up. We'll stream it. You will literally be called on stage, just like the NFL draft. You will come up. You will receive some sort of party favor or something, you know, related to your team's name. You will be called out. Everyone will cheer you on. It's fun for the people that have never played draft. You will be amazed on like the showing of people and just you know how respectful everyone is when you come up and like you don't know anyone in the league and everybody's like, hey, you know, congratulations on being on this team. Da, da, da. It's fun, dude. Like, I'll be honest, captaining and playing is being in draft league is fun as hell. I've gotten friendships. I've gotten DJ jobs. I've gotten people from draft teams on my regular season teams. It's a fun league. I love it. I'm not just saying it because I'm on the podcast. It is fun as hell. Come out and play summer draft. You will enjoy it. Anything else?
I know. I'm excited about this next announcement. It's going to be cool.
Oh, Mid-Atlantic?
No.
That's not the next one.
Not that one. No, sorry. Mid-Atlantic is this weekend, though. I know Brent's still looking for some refs. If you want a ref, I don't know if he's still looking for players, but refs do get paid cash money.
Yes, on the spot.
That you can then use at Peabody's that night, probably. And you get other cool stuff, and they get fed. So definitely help him out. Look out for him. Message him on Facebook if you want to help out with that. Next announcement is the May party. Now this is going to be pretty cool. If you didn't see this on Facebook yet, the May party is going to be at the Crab Shack on the James, May 20th. That's that one that's right on the James River Bridge, right next to it, that has the giant dock coming out of it. I don't know how the specifics of it, but I'm excited. It just looks cool. And I'm excited. It's this different place. Never had the party there. Remember, the May party is for anybody that's already signed up for a league, and it's free beer. So, I mean, why not?
What?
Yeah, free beer. So show off.
Nice. It's the next one. Oh, Mid-Atlantic, what I was just talking about. Mid-Atlantic is this weekend. I think deadline is completely over and done with. I talked to Brent on Sunday. I think deadlines are completely done. Like you said, refs, good to go. From what I've been told, rumors maybe, there will be some maybe streaming and or commentary from people not in the tournament commentating. That'll be interesting. If it is streamed, it'll be somewhere on Facebook with a friend. It's a fun watch. It's the Mid-Atlantic tournament. It's, I think, the first tournament of the season for this area for us. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's other leagues, but that really doesn't matter. It'll be fun. That's a nice tournament. I was in it 2 years ago. I missed it last year because I was traveling. Actually, I think I was in Florida. That was fun and enjoyed Florida. But what I did get to see the stream of the Mid-Atlantic, it's really good. I mean, you've got teams coming from DC. You've got teams here locally. I think there's a couple from North Carolina and a few from Richmond this year. I think that much. I could be wrong, but I swear that's what I thought I saw. You don't sound too confident with that.
No, I know. I've never got to be at one. I've always had something going on. This year I got the Rugged Maniacs, so I won't get to be there. I'm placing. I mean, right now on live stream, I'm placing. So.
Okay, all right. So make sure once you finish, I need you to screenshot or take a picture of where you placed and put it in the thread. Yep. Next up, does anybody want to be a home ref? Yes. Not that we have a shortage of home refs, but with all these schedules conflicting and people doing different stuff or playing their children. Yeah, kids, man. Ugh. I don't want none of them. Yeah, but we're not at a shortage, but we're pretty much at the bare minimum of home refs for VA Peninsula. We need people to come out that either are somewhat knowledgeable in reffing, but really don't want a home ref. Just come out. Try to help us with home reffing. I mean, there may be an incentive.
Oh, there is. As commissioner, I got to kind of do a little bit more this year with this. I don't have a lot of home refs, so that's why sometimes you'll have three. You need three refs. Sometimes you won't. I try to update as soon as I can, as soon as I hear from my refs. They're trying as much as they can. Some of them just can't be out there every week. So if you want to learn, I will get you a home ref to mentor you. And then, they'll help. You can watch them 1 week, and then maybe they'll ref first for you as you ref home. That way we can, keep getting more and more experienced people out there. If we get enough home refs, well, then I'll start extending it to first base reffing too. And, then we'll have first and home refs. And so then we can really have, our strongest refs at those bases that, normally have the most conflicting arguments. Not that we don't all keep it calm.
What?
But I do have some incentives this year. Every time you ref for me, you're going to be entered into a raffle for every single time that you enter or you ref for me. You get another entry. End of the year, we're going to be raffling off some free stuff, maybe some hats, some dry fit t-shirts, something like that. Someone's going to get at least one free season. I'll maybe try and get some coupon codes out there. We'll see what I'm allowed to give out by the end of the season. But
so wait a minute, now that you're offering seasons, can I ref this week? I think I may be listed. I am listed for the JFK 4th and 3rd game, but yeah. For people that used to head ref and aren't head refing now you have an incentive. You're not doing it for shits and giggles. You're doing it for some actual shit. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
I'm trying to. I appreciate all my refs, so try and get out there. Next thing though is the def play guys. Please get out to the bar if you can. I can't get out there till 10 o'clock because I got to be at every game, and then I got to clean up, and then I got to wait for people like him to stop talking at the fields.
Last week it wasn't me, but I'm not going to say anything.
Or Freed, or whoever else wants to talk
He said
at the field. But definitely get out there. I want to see y'all out there. I want to meet some new people. Definitely, I want to meet y'all if I don't know you well enough. But also, just we want to show support for the bar. I mean, they got us a cool DJ now, so we got a DJ from like 10 to midnight every night there. Just because the cool kids are out there dancing like me and Nick and some of the girls. But I mean, me and Nick were probably killing it more than them.
As you should.
Yeah, but we want to see some more people out there. There was a great show in that first week. Second week, we started losing a few people. It's okay though. But definitely get out there. We're still looking for a bar buzz person. If you are interested in writing the bar buzz, Brad sent one out last week. I'm going to try and write one myself this week, just to kind of show you guys kind of what we're looking for. I'll announce a little competition. I'm going to try and post that tomorrow morning-ish. Once I get kind of a little write-up, I'm going to make it kind of fun. Call out a few teams who weren't there, or maybe they were there, but they left a little early for me to get there. I'm not saying you got to be out there till midnight. I mean, I'm a teacher. I understand. I get really tired on Thursday then because I stayed out way too late. But, just come out, have a little fun, stay out a little bit past maybe 10. I know it's a little bit past your bedtime, but, come out, have a good time. At least get to say hi to a few people, take some pictures. Show the support for Taps, and then you can head home. It's a good time.
I can't agree because I don't think I've been to the bar maybe 5 times in 3 years, which is horrible.
I have not missed an amp yet this season.
You're a good one, sir. There's no way.
Never before have I been in an amp, but this season I'm good.
Yeah, I'm just people that know me know I don't go to the bar. It's nothing personal. One, I don't have the money. 2, I just can't get up early as it is. You can ask Sherry. I'm horrible getting up early.
If you like, as commissioner. No, I do like that. It's fun.
So yeah, you won't catch me at the bar, but I mean, oh well. Sorry, I'm trying. It's the best I can do. So besides that, you got anything else?
I don't think so. Just a few other shout outs to some other leagues. I know volleyball is kind of finished up, if not done. I believe they are finished up.
I think 1 or 2 weeks left.
Maybe.
Sherry, how many weeks are left?
And what?
Volleyball.
I think our playoffs are next week.
Okay, so they got a few more weeks there. Ultimate Frisbee just started this weekend. It was a blast. It was hot. We had a great time though. And then we have cornhole starting up soon too, I believe this summer. And volleyball, I think, is actually already full. I think we actually hit the max with volleyball for beach volleyball. So I think we're actually closed off there unless you actually have your own team forming already. You'd have to talk to Stephanie Rom, though, if you're interested in beach volleyball. It's a great time. I definitely signed up as soon as I could because I knew it was going to be a fun time and it was going to sell out. Other big events, I don't think we have any right now, but as soon as we find out some more, we'll let you guys know.
I know there's still a VA Shore, which is now
across the water. I'm not familiar with which ones are which, but definitely look it up if you're not sure. If you live over there.
Yeah, I think there's a Sunday league that's going on currently, and then there's the summer Monday night league. So it'll be just like spring, but it'll be a summer league normal. I don't think they're doing draft. I could be wrong, but my last guess was they're not doing draft. So it'll be a normal, if you want something to do on Monday nights during the summer, when you're not playing draft league out here, go check that out. I know the Cornhole League, I think it is in Norfolk.
There's a few different ones.
Oh, there's a couple different ones.
I think there's a few that we're having.
I think the one in Norfolk is supposed to be the new Waterside district, which, damn, I didn't realize they renovated all that. That's nuts. That's about it, man.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess for Jeremy Smithy
and Curtis Blau, the end of my last name.
Deuces, we're out. Y'all have a good night. See y'all tomorrow. Have fun.